Hi, I'm Bonnie-Lynn Linky, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and welcome to my studio. All right, I'm so excited to bring this card to you today. We're going to make one using the Easter Lily bundle. But before we get started with that, I wanted to show you my special for March when you order a $50 order or more from me online with the host code. And so yeah, let's get started. Let me put this down so that we can... Let me see if I can do this right. Okay, I want to turn that on. And I want to go to this one. Let's see. All right, you can see me and you can see the cards. Okay, for the free card kit mailed directly to your home, I'm using the Perennial Lavender bundle. Everything will be cut out, die cut out, papers cut, bows will be tied, embellishments will be included. All you have to do is have stamps to stamp these however you want them. Okay, so this is the first one. And then now if you have a Happy Easter, that would fit in here, but you don't get the, oh, I'm sorry, you don't get the card kit till it's mailed out the beginning of April. But for orders placed between March 1st and March 15th, I'll make sure that you get this out that so you can have it in case you want to make it an Easter card. Okay, and then this one right here. And this one, I will have a mask cut out of copy paper so that you can do your circle. And then we have this, I'm not putting them very even, but that's okay. Okay, this one right here. And then this one right here. We use the embossing folder there, and you just add ink on top of the flowers afterwards. And my husband is still healthy enough that he is doing all my die cutting for me. So that is exciting. So this is free with a $50 online order, and that's merchandise order. And you use my host code. And the host code is on my website, BonnieStamps.com, and it's in the upper right-hand corner. And also in the emails that I send out, if you click on the shop now, most of them are programmed to automatically have the host code in there for you. But if you don't receive my emails, if you look in the comments, not the comments, but in the section where there's information that the person doing the video can put in, there is a link to sign up for my emails. And in those, you get my classes and you get this card would come to your email, and then it takes you right to my website when you continue reading, and then you can print out or save it as a PDF, the instructions, and also the video link is there too. So you can sign up with that through the YouTube. Just go to the remarks and look for the link for that. And there's also a shop now that will have the host code. Well, no, it won't have the host code attached to it. But it will be in the comments, and I'll put the dates. All right, so here we have this. So this is the free class. And then we have going on right now, March 4th is the last day to order this, and this is already March 1st, so nope, that doesn't apply. It was the Simply Zinnia card, and the last day to order that is Monday, March 4th, and I'm doing this video a couple days before then, so I apologize for mentioning that. Coming soon is a Latte Love class. This will be released later in the week, hopefully, and my emails is where you'll find out about it. Or you can email me directly at Bonnie@BonnieStamps.com if you don't get my emails, and say I'm interested in your Latte Love class, and I will get that for you. But this is one part of it. Let me see. I'm trying to get this so you can see it somewhat even. Okay, this is a sampler that we make, and I'm going to try and see if I can get this a little bit more straight. Let me see. Oops. Okay. So there will be directions for the sampler. And with the class, you get over, it's over like $34, $35 in Stampin' Up! Products. A full packet of the designer series paper. You get a roll of ribbon. You get the embellishments, and you also will get all the cardstock to make everything. And there are 5 cards that go with this. I do not have them right here. I thought I had everything out, but I'm not quite sure where in the studio it is. It's really funny. Last night, I couldn't find my Easter Lily dies. And I said to my husband, I can't find them anyplace. And I knew they had to be in here. So he came in here and he found them like within 2 minutes. It's discouraging when he does that to me, but I'm really glad he does. And I'm sorry. There you go. How's that without those lines on there? So, and the frame is not included, but there will be a link in the directions where you can go ahead and get this directly from Amazon yourself. It's a 10 by 10 size. Okay, let's see. And if you look closely in the back counter, you can see my little monkey that sits there. She's my company in here. I got to have somebody in here with me. I can't have dogs or cats. I have allergies. So that's it. And let's see. Okay, if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. And I love comments. So please leave a comment. If you have a question, ask it. I will get back to you and answer it. I try to get back within 24 hours. I have a Facebook page, Bonnie-Lynn Linky, Instagram feed also. And I love it when you post your cards. Like if you make any of the projects I'm making, go on and post them under the project there. And on my website, BonnieStamps.com, is all my cards that I make and do a blog on. And also there, you can shop tutorials, and those are tutorials I have that I sell. And right now I have one that is, it was free with an order in February, but you can purchase it from the store. And also in another week or so, my tutorials for the perennial lavender, they will also be on my store too if you just want to purchase those instead of ordering. But let me go on and show you right here. This is the Thoughtful Expression one. There are 4 cards. They're all fun folds. And oh, I don't have the other one. I think I mailed it out to somebody. So but I've already taken the pictures. And these are a video tutorial of how to make these. So this one opens up like so, stands up like that. This one opens like that and stands like that. And then this one, let me see, just flips open like that. And then the 4th one is an envelope one, really cool. So you can buy these tutorials on my website, and there are other ones too that I believe, and they're usually number of them are fun folds only, and I believe there's one for like cheerful daisies, and I forget what the other ones are on there, but there's probably about 6 or 7 different tutorials. So okay. So let's get to the card we're making. This is the card we're making today. And the colors aren't going to work real well with the lighting. Okay. So I'm going to hold it up this way so you can get a better look at it. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Can tell I'm not used to doing that. This is Blends on the Hill, and I'm going to show you how I did that. And then the sky is using a blending brush. And then the flower on this one, I use Stampin' Blends. But for the tutorial today, I'm going to show you a different and easier way, just using your blending brush and ink. So, okay, so I do need to grab one item. I thought I had everything, but I was missing an important ingredient. Okay. So let's get started. We are going to start with making our card base, card front. And let's see. I'll let you know right now, this is going to be a little bit longer video because of everything we're doing. Okay. So what we want to do is I want to draw how I want the hill to be. I'm going to take a light colored, I'm going to do it very lightly in pencil. I'm going to go kind of like so. That's very crooked. Okay. But that's okay. And it is light because you can't erase it once you go over it in blends and ink and everything. So what we're going to do that first. And the colors I use are, those are the ones. I use Granny Apple Green and I use Old Olive. So I'm going to look at this. I'm going to just start with a little bit of the dark Old Olive down here. And I'm just going to rub it on like so. And then I'm going to go and do some light. I'm going to go back over and fill in the spaces that I left. You think, well, that doesn't really look very nice, but we're going to do something that will make it look really nice. Okay. And I don't mind a little bit more up here, just, okay. Then I'm going to take some dark Granny Apple Green. I'm going to go over that a little bit, back over the light Old Olive some, just to add some color. And run it up here some more. Okay, and now that I know where my line is, I'm going to grab my eraser because I don't want it to show when the project is done. And I'm going to erase it, and I can just kind of freehand it now. And you don't even have to draw a line if you don't want to. And you can see where I colored over the line right there, and it's going to stay in there, and that's okay. Okay, now we want some light Granny Apple Green. So I'm just going to go up here, and I'm going to go, and I'm going to form my hill. Now you don't have to make it this tall. This is a little bit taller, I think, than my last one. And I'm going to run the light kind of all over here. And that's all right. Normally, I don't color on paper when I'm using blends because your colors can't blend. They don't need to blend for this. Because what I'm going to do now, and let me see, I think I want a little bit more of a, because we're putting a cross on here, I want a little bit more of a dead looking grass kind of. So a little bit more brown in there. Maybe add a little bit more of the dark. And I'm going to see, and you can just keep going over it till it's the shade you, whoops. Yep. Some of the blends will, whoops, that's the dark. I want the light. Okay. So I got plenty of ink on there. Now you want a cloth, like a washcloth, terry cloth. And you're just going to take that and just kind of get the nap up. Whoops. And this here is Copic Colorless Blender. You can also use 90% alcohol. And you don't want it real wet. So if you get it too wet, let it dry some. And then kind of bring the nap up. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to hold it 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and keep doing that all the way through it. And this just really gives it a lot of texture. And remember, we're putting the cross on here, and it is Easter, so it represents Jerusalem, kind of deserty dryness, I think is what I'm trying to think of. And you can go back over it. And if you don't like it, add some more ink and redo it again. But that's just the look I wanted. Okay. I need to get that from underneath there. So now we want to add some balmy blue ink. And I want to make some clouds. So I'm just going to take, this is a cheap piece of cardstock that I have. I use this in a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 size to put over the front of my cards when I mail them. So I just go to Walmart and get a cheap cardstock for that. Okay, we want my blue blending brush. As you can see, I don't wash mine very often. There's no need to. I'm just using different shades of blue. And I want to add some clouds in here. I want some movement in the sky. And it doesn't have to be real dark. I can come back and change it. And I turn my paper as I'm going. And okay, and I think I want to do this side too, this side some too. Okay. And I'm just going to keep going all the way down. And I want to make sure it's a torn edge because you don't really have straight edges. In the sky. And I'm going to do this one over here a little bit darker so you can see the difference. And let's see, I think I'll keep this like so. Just do it all over. Now, if you have a cloud, because there's some cloud dies out there, there's also punches. If you have that, feel free to use that instead of a piece of paper. But I like just the different layers this will give me. And I go back over the top and just kind of blend it in. And you see I'm not even using anything right there. Now I'm going to come in off of this. And I'm going to just add some ink. And if you want to, you could have a rounded piece of paper right there so that you don't get any blue on your green. That's okay too. Whatever suits you. I'm going to go back over this some just to give it some different colors. I'm going to darken it up right there. Maybe a little bit more right there. And if you want to, you can go back in and maybe add, a layer going down even this way. Let's see. Just like so. There we go. I like that. And as you see, as this dries, it just gives you a different type of look. And if you don't think there's enough marks on it, this is still a little damp. I can hold this down if it looked like it ran together as it was drying. I kind of like the look. I think it's pretty cool. Okay. Go on and close up Balmy Blue. We are done with it. So you can have it light, dark, whatever you want. It's up to you. Okay. And then for my cross, I take 1/2 inch by 5 inch. This is pecan pie. And this is 1/2 inch by 3 3/4. I couldn't tell you which side is which from the embossing folder now. I think we'll go with, let's see. I think we'll go with these sides right here. Okay, and we want this to go across like so. So what I do is I want to join these together, and you want to make sure you get them, you know, pretty much in the middle where you want it, but I'm just going to take it and put the glue on it. And I want it to be about right here. Not too much. And you want to glue them together. I'm going to hold it on here and see. Now I know technically the cross was at the top of the hill, but in my card it's not. And that's okay. Okay, so I just kind of glued that on like so. And then I take a ribbon, and what I use is the sheer ribbon combo pack. It's I believe it's lemon lolly, azure blue, and bubble bath. And I take about 14 inches of ribbon. And I have cut me a piece. And I set it right up here, and here it is. Okay. Now to do this, I use some glue dots. So let me reach back here to my glue dots. And I put, this is the back side of the cross. The coloring is horrible on this from down here. I have not quite figured out how to get some of my colors are better. I put a glue dot probably about a half inch to 3/4 of an inch in on each side of the one that goes across it. And what I want to do, because I want my ribbon to go down a little bit past on each side. So I just, as you see, I'm just putting the back of the ribbon there. And then I'm running it down this way. And but I'm going to go ahead and put my ribbon down this way too, so that they're about even. And as I said, it was about 14 inches. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take more glue dots and I'm going to place them right, and I'm going to have it so it's up just a tiny bit, like so. So 2 more glue dots. I'm going to place it right about there. And right about there. And then I'm just going to run it down over like so. And I should, that one is almost a little far out. So let's see. And I could even leave it there and put another one on, which that one, I think I'm going to do that one's all bundled up because the lily is going to cover it up. So nobody will see it. So we'll just put it right there. Okay. And I wanted it up just a tiny bit so it's not pulled real tight across there. And the same on this side. I didn't leave it up a little bit. Okay. And now I want to tape this on. So I'm going to use my tear and tape, which all the way back here. So I'm going to put a piece on there. I'm all butterfingers today. Okay, and before I go any further on that, I want to go ahead and put this on my card front. So I'm using thick white, basic white. It's 8.5 by 5.5, scored up 4 1/4. And I am burnishing it with my bone folder. Then we're going to just go on and glue this on. See how the ink really, that's a lot of ink on there. Just kind of bled into the back. And that's why you don't put paper underneath if you're trying to blend, because then this, because you can look at this here, you can see where the ink, that soaked it up. Now, if I was really trying to blend that and the paper is soaking it up, it's not, your colors are not going to blend real good. But because of the technique I was doing, blending wasn't important. So you want to go ahead and center this on your card front. Try to get it somewhat straight. Boy, I'm not doing that at all. Okay. This is why I don't like working with glue, because right now I got glue all over my fingers. So that will have to be good enough. Okay. Okay, so we got our card front on. Now I'm going to take this piece off. Oops. I need to make sure I got that stuck to the paper real good. Okay, now I'm going to take another piece of tear and tape, and I'm going to put it, because I'm not using dimensionals to put this on. I'm taping it to it. I don't want to use glue. Because if I make any mistakes from this point out, I can take them off using my undo and fix them. Okay, that is, I had that one glue dot that was loose. Okay, and that's why it was sticking down there. Okay, and I just want to make sure where this is. I want it about a 1/4 inch up and about a 1/4 inch below the top. And I want to make sure it's straight. Okay. Let's do it here. I want to make sure that my cross beam is pretty even on the front. So that's why I lifted it up. There we go. That's better. All right. And our cross is on there. Okay, now we need to do the lily. So what we're going to do, I've already cut them out. Now, on the one on my other card, I had used my blends. But I wanted to make this so it was real simple for everybody who did not have blends. So I decided that we would just use our blending brush, and we're going to use some Parakeet Party because I love that color. I Googled Easter lilies to see what they look like, and they were white with green. And so that's how I came up with my colors. So I'm using the Parakeet Party ink. Put this down where we can see it. And I'm just lightly taking it up, not all the way up on the petals, but just taking it up. And each one can look a little bit differently. One may be darker than the other. One may not be. That's okay. You just want to put some color on it. Just like so. And now this little one. But I will show you what I did with the blends in case you want to do your blends. And a little bit right there. And then before I put anything together, I want to make sure that we're going to be able to see the ink that I just did. Now, what you do is you take a 3-prong one and you put a 2-prong one behind it. And then I see where most of the demonstrators will just then put this one on, just like so. And you can do that. But to me, it doesn't look right. So I took another 2-prong one and put it underneath. And then I put this one on like so. Now, some people will put it up like that, which is fine. You can. I think, probably that's probably the way it was supposed to go. And there's nothing wrong with the way that looks. but I'm trying to give a full view. Actually, any way you do it will look good. And then I'm going like so when I put it together. That's the way I want it to look. So my coloring looks good. I'm happy with that. Now for this little stem right here, you can either use your blending brushes for it, and or you can use blends. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my blends. And I'm going to take my light lemon lolly, and I'm going to do the stems, not the top part, that big piece up there, but I'm just going to do my stems. I'm not blending anything. I'm not using 2 shades of the lemon lolly. I'm just using the 1 shade. And then I'm taking my light pumpkin pie, and I'm doing, let me do it on here so you can see better. And I'm just taking this little piece of orange, that little piece right there. And I decided it needed to be orange. You could probably do a brown if you wanted to. You could do green if you wanted to. That's totally up to you. Okay, and then what I did is I took my blending brush and I actually went over the yellow with a little bit of the green to add some green down there too. So you got kind of both colors. And I like that. So now we're going to put it together. So let me move that out of the way so that you can see better, because it's hard to see on white when you're working with white. So here's my little mat. We are going to, you can put it together any way you want to. You can glue it. You can use glue dots. We're going to glue it. I know. I said I don't like glue, and here I am gluing it. So we're going to put that one behind it like so. And then I'm going to take this one and put some glue right here. This here is my little block. My husband made it, and he drilled it out so that the lid would fit in there, and it just stands upside down for me. I love it. We're going to put a little bit of glue there. It's a 2x4. And during March, if you should join my team and become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I will send you the the block for the glue bottles. And I'll also send you my one for doing ribbons. My husband made that too. Okay, I like that. Okay, now for this one though, I am not going to use glue because I'm going to use a glue dot for putting this in. So I'll just take a glue dot and I'll pick this up. And I'm going to have it go up to about that height right there. And then, but we're not putting it that way. We're going to put it this way. And I'm actually going to use 2 glue dots on this one now, just to make sure it is firmly on there. Okay. And let's see, I want about that much to show. Yeah, I like that. All right, and then we are going to take dimensionals. Excuse my reach. And I'm going to put about 5 dimensionals on here or more. Because I want the petals to stick up. So do you make Easter cards? I love making them. I send them to my mine and my husband's kids. And normally I think I'm going to use even more glue dots. I mean, dimensionals. And normally I make them for my grandchildren. But I don't know this year if I'm going to make them each one or not. This is the only Easter bundle I got. So I have to see what I can come up with good for the grandson. But I may just send a family one this time. I have to see if my son's going to come over for a visit before Easter, because then I could send something back for the kids for him. He tries to come over every 2 months to visit his dad and to help us out. Okay, let's see. And I'm just going to position this kind of like so. All right. So I like that. Now for the greeting, I'm going to need my pad here. I got so much stuff over here. Okay, and we're going to lay this right here. We're going to stamp our greeting. And as I said, we're using the Easter lilies, and very pretty die set. Lots of good things if you like to color, that you can color these down here. Are the dies. Let me show you what the dies look like. Here we go. They are easy to use. This one, this one, this one, and this one are what you make the lily out of. There are leaves. I didn't think leaves were needed for this one, but if I was doing one without the cross, I would definitely put some leaves in it. And I'll show you what this looks like. I stamped this on the inside of my sample card, but we're going to do something different today. But I will show you the inside of the sample one. Okay, so we're going to stamp "He is Risen" on here. Now, if you like the card, please give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. Leave a comment what you like. Have you seen the technique done before on how to do grass and get it blended like that? Okay, this is garden green that I am going to stamp my greeting in. And just kind of tap, tap, tap. I'm going to stamp it right in the middle here. Hold it for 5 seconds. These are photopolymer, and a pad underneath will help you get a much cleaner stamp. And that looks good. So we'll just set that aside. Okay, and to cut this out, I am using the Countryside corner dies, and I use the smallest one right here to do it. And I have already done that. So there we go right there. You don't have to see me try and cut it out. And then we're going to take this, and we're going to get a couple more dimensions. Whoops, I don't need to turn that over. This one gets turned over, and we're going to take some more dimensionals. Yes, I go through a whole lot of dimensionals. I need to take stock out in the dimensional company. That and the glue dots. All right. And then I don't center this on the bottom, but I do put it a little bit off. I put it off center, but I do catch it across the cross, and I cover up the bottom of the cross too. There we go. And now we need some embellishments. And I thought that this needed a bird on it. So I am using the adhesive back dragonflies and birds. And I'm just going to take one of these right here and put it right up there. And then I am using the iridescent pearls, basic jewels. I'm going to take one of the big ones and put it right down there. And I think we'll use another big one. We'll put it right down here. And we'll use a small one up at the top here. It's right there. Okay, the card front is all done. Isn't that neat? But before we move on to finish it, I just want to show you real quick how I did it with blends. So what I did is I took my dark parakeet party and pretend this is the Stampin' Up! Colorless blender. And what I did is I took the tip of this and took ink off of there. That's called kissing. And I just put my green ink in that way. Just going like so. And, you know, when I look at this and I look at my sample card, I think it's probably easier to use your blending brush. And it looks just as good. But the one thing I did on this that I did not do on my other one, because I realized with using the blending brush to put it in, I got, let me do it up. Yeah, I'll do it down here. I got more of the green on these lines, which made them show up a little bit better. Whereas with the blends, I took my Parakeet Party marker, the thin end, and I just did some lines up like so. Now you can still do that if you do the blending brush, but I don't think it was as necessary. And I actually like it this way better. That's my choice. But I'll put the cards side by side in just a couple minutes and we'll compare them. Okay, I said I was going to do something different on the inside. For this one, I stamped this big leaf and I colored it with light and dark granny apple green and a little bit of light old olive. This is from the Daffodil Daydream stamp bundle, which is retired, and this was out of the Easter Lilies. For this one, though, we are just going to stamp it in this color right here, the Parakeet Party. And I'm actually going to stamp it with the celebration stamp, if you got it, Heartfelt Hellos. It says, thinking of you this Easter. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that stamp. Oh, here's my block right in front of me. Okay, and I'm going to get my Parakeet Party. And where's my scratch paper? That I was using? Oh, here it is. I just want to see how straight it stamps. Pretty straight. Okay. So make sure my cardstock is straight. I'm going to stamp that right there. Love it. Thinking of you this Easter. Okay, and then I am going to take my bubble bath, and I'm doing this because the ribbon is bubble bath color. That's why I have this color to put behind it. And I am going to take, I am going to take this lily that is in here, the full size one, and I am just going to stamp it in the corner there. It's probably going to stamp off some, so I want to have something under there to protect my stamp pad. And I'm going to just stamp it like so. And remember to hold it for 5 seconds. Oh, yeah. I like that so much better than the other. And I'm going to get my envelope while I'm at it. And that's what I'm going to just do for my envelope. Keep it nice and simple. Beautiful. I like that. All right. So we'll set that aside. Now we are going to glue this to this. This is just 4 by 5 1/4 piece of bubble bath cardstock. We're going to see if we can get this on here straight. Me and glue, you never know. So, what's your favorite tape adhesive do you like to use? Do you like to use the Stampin' Seal, tear and tape, or glue? Why don't you leave a comment, your choice of adhesive, in the comments? I would be interested in knowing that. And remember, if you order anything $50 or more from me online this month, you will get my card kit, free card kit mailed to your house. So that will be exciting for you, the perennial lavender. And then we're just going to take this and we are going to just put that right in there. And our card is all done. Well, that didn't take too long. Okay, so there is the card. Here is the envelope. And I'm sorry that the color is off there. I will show it to you again in a moment on the other camera. Because I know this is looking more yellow than it is green, the inside of the flower. So there we go. This one is done by Blends. This one is done by your blending brush and ink pad. And did the sky a little bit darker on this one. But otherwise, they're pretty much the same. I hope you like this. Please give me a thumbs up. And let me switch it back to here. And thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I appreciate your support. And I wish you a very blessed week and enjoy yourself. Bye.